Octopus agave is a unique and graceful succulent prized for its dramatic, architectural form. The plant's name comes from its long, slender leaves, which twist and undulate as they arch outward from a central rosette, resembling the tentacles of an octopus. The leaves are a pale blue-green to grayish-green, soft to the touch, and spineless. The octopus agave is monocarpic, meaning it flowers only once in its lifetime, which can span 7 to 15 years. This event is a spectacular display. A massive flower stalk, or inflorescence, emerges from the center of the rosette, growing rapidly to a height of 10 to 20 feet. The stalk is covered in numerous clusters of vibrant, golden yellow flowers that attract hummingbirds and other pollinators. After the magnificent flowering display, the mother plant dies. However, it ensures the continuation of its species by producing many small plantlets called bulbils on the flower stalk and offsets at the base. These can be easily collected and propagated to grow new plants. This agave is low maintenance and thrives in full sun, though it can tolerate partial shade, especially in very hot climates. It is drought tolerant and requires well-draining soil, making it a perfect fit for xeriscaping, rock gardens, and containers. Water infrequently, allowing the soil to dry out completely between waterings. Overwatering can lead to root rot. The octopus agave is hardy to approximately 25 degrees Fahrenheit -4 degrees Celsius. Prefers temperatures between 55 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In colder climates, it is often grown in containers that can be moved indoors during winter. Octopus agave is a striking succulent native to Mexico. Here are care tips for octopus agave, Agave vilmoriniana, along with common problems and fertilizer recommendations. Octopus agave care tips. Sunlight. Octopus agave thrives in full sun, requiring at least 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. In extremely hot climates, some afternoon shade can prevent leaf scorching. When grown indoors, place it in a bright, south or west-facing window. Soil. This plant is a succulent and needs well-draining soil to prevent root rot. A cactus or succulent mix is ideal. If creating your own mix, use a combination of potting soil, sand, and perlite or pumice. Watering. Octopus agave is very drought tolerant. The most common mistake is overwatering. Allow the soil to dry out completely between waterings. When you do water, do so deeply and infrequently, especially during the plant's active growing season in spring and summer. In fall and winter, reduce watering significantly. Temperature. This plant is hardy to USDA zones 9 to 11 and can tolerate temperatures down to 20 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit for short periods. Protect it from frost and prolonged cold. Common problems and solutions. Overwatering. This is the biggest threat. Signs of overwatering include soft, mushy, or discolored leaves, especially at the base, and root rot. If you suspect overwatering, let the soil dry out completely and reduce your watering frequency. Root rot. A fungal disease caused by consistently wet soil. The roots will turn mushy and black. To treat, you may need to unpot the plant. Cut away all rotted roots, treat the remaining roots with a fungicide, and replant in fresh, dry soil. Sunburn. Too much intense, direct sun can cause the leaves to burn, appearing as yellow, white, or brown scarred patches. If this happens, move the plant to a location with partial shade or more filtered light. Pests. Octopus agave is generally pest resistant, but it can occasionally be affected by mealybugs or scale insects. These can be treated by wiping them off with a cotton swab dipped in rubbing alcohol or using an insecticidal soap. A more serious threat is the agave snout weevil, which can cause significant damage and lead to rot. Natural aging. As the plant matures, lower leaves may naturally turn yellow and dry out. This is a normal process and nothing to be concerned about. You can simply prune off the dead leaves. Drying/shriveling. This is a sign of too little water. If the leaves appear shriveled or the plant is drying out, it needs a good, deep watering. Fertilizing octopus agave. Octopus agave does not require frequent fertilization. It's adapted to poor, rocky soils. However, if you want to encourage faster growth, you can fertilize sparingly. When to fertilize? Only fertilize during the growing season, spring and summer. Never fertilize in the fall or winter when the plant is dormant. What to use? Use a balanced, water-soluble fertilizer formulated for succulents or cacti. How to apply? Dilute the fertilizer to half the strength recommended by the manufacturer to avoid burning the roots. Apply once a month during the growing season. Caution: overfertilization can cause a buildup of salts in the soil, which can harm the plant. It's better to underfertilize than to overfertilize.